Okay, fellas, so I'm gonna combine two procedures I'm doing on this Porsche 914 in this one video. It's kind of dovetailing. First, the whole ignition lock thing that I went through, trying to rekey a tumbler, tried to use a tumbler from early model 944, and it was just an exercise in futility, basically. And then I've got a solution for that. And then also I'll do some work on the hood, trying to get better fitment there. So let's go to the key thing first. Right, so basically what it came down to, I was able to extract the key locking mechanism from the assembly. And again, what that's all about is this spring right here lines up with that hole. And then I was going through and changing out, I think these are the tumblers or whatever, trying to find a magic combination to work with the key from that early 944, and it was pointless. So in the meantime, I'm kind of looking at prices for used assemblies with keys, and they're like $200, you know. Then after getting some part numbers, I think I went with this VW part number and doing some searches, not for the whole assembly, but just for the locking mechanism. Look what I found. Made in China, of course, and completely affordable. I think it was like 14 bucks. So ordered that, and look at that. We're about ready to find out if it fits in this barrel. So there's a little notch, another key, and push it in, and there you go. Let's try it with the key in it. Can't do it with one hand. Key fits perfect. Turn it. Pull it out. Locks the steering wheel. Perfect. I think the only visible difference, the bezel is a little different comparison-wise, got a different contour. So for you guys that are going for concours, may not be a good option. But two keys and a working switch. Now that in mind is I would have to rekey the, these, which that one seems to be non-functional anyway. I'll never do that on that car. It'll never be completely locked up. So let me reinstall this, and should be good to go. So getting that back in is pretty straightforward. It just slides in. The hardest part about it really is getting that connector on underneath there. It's a little tricky, especially with them old stiff wires. So I pulled the slip ring off that column, which was completely unnecessary. And also I took some bolts out that actually hold the column up under the dash. That was unnecessary. So then after I get the slip ring back on, this piece here will hold the lock assembly in place, the switch assembly. So let me get all that together and put the steering wheel on. We'll see if it works. Then there's also the turn signal wiper mechanism with the two tubes for the windshield washer. If you had the tank and the hoses and all that stuff, I just pushed the one hose that was still there out. So that basically slides in, fish that in there, and it's going to require two hands. It's being stubborn. Very delicate. I've already got pieces falling off of it, so who knows if any of that crap is going to work. Okay, got that back on. The windshield wiper mechanism appears to work okay, at least mechanically. However, the turn signal is toast. I can see where some of that mechanism is fractured. One piece is already fallen off. Now, I'm curious if this part is not common to 924, early 944. I actually have a couple of those on the shelf. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to test this key mechanism, make sure it unlocks and turns the steering rack. That's all I'm worried about. Okay, steering wheel back on. Key in, turn it. It appears the switch is working. And it returns to, when you turn it, it should hit the starter solenoid and then go back to just ignition on. Pull key out, and I can hear the locking mechanism go in. However, it doesn't lock the column. So I'm not sure about that. And frankly, I don't really care if it locks the column. So anyway, consider this a success. Now, let's move on to the front hood. Okay, so let's look at this, this hood. So, yeah. The lip of the bulkhead is keeping it from coming down all the way. And I know from my past experience that the factory channel, because it's all about a drip channel there, is not that tall. And you can see where it's hitting up here. Now, when I look at the back side, of course, this is this restoration design part. The sheet metal that holds the latch mechanism, it's spot welded up. You've got about a little more than 1/4 inch up there. So I made some marks. I'm going to trim that off and see how the fitment is, and we'll go from there. Okay, so trimming that drip valley helped a lot, but I still got gaps, by each corner here, and it looks like I'll have to trim that a little right there, but this is fiberglass. That's easy. The gaps on the bumper aren't so great. I don't know that there's a whole lot I can do about that, because if I pitch it forward, it's just going to make a bigger gap up here. I think I'd rather have a gap down here than on top, and then this side is all gnarly. Doesn't look worth a damn. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of spinning my wheels, because if I don't use this hood, if I get a fiberglass hood, everything's going to change. Hopefully it'll fit better, and it'll be a lot more pliable, to kind of torque it into shape, if you will. I just think these fenders on this car got hit. Both of them got hit pretty good, and they'll never align proper. But anyway, so a little bit of progress, not much. I do need to get in there and make proper drip rails. To continue this, which I'm going to have to cut some of that rod out. Try to salvage that stop for the hood, but to continue that drip rail down here and then to mesh up here. I don't know that it's necessary to have a front edge drip rail, because that would just go down behind the bumper. I don't know that that's a bad thing. But the same over here. But that's super easy to fabricate. It's just sheet metal bent in a channel shape. And then just get in here and weld it in. So that's a project. So that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching.